Okay, hello and welcome to my first ever stream, to the 4 people who are currently watching, and to the countless others that will never see this. I don't know if you can hear music and stuff. If somebody who is watching can just let me know in the chat on YouTube that you can sort of hear what I'm saying, that would be great. Or maybe in the Discord. Cool, silence. I'm just going to go with the fact that you can hear me and just talk to myself for a while. In fact, maybe I need to sign in. Off to a flying start. Test. Oh, hello. Alright, got that working, cool. Nice one. Right. So what I'm going to do today is draw a sort of fake computer screen with an interface that the player will use, and I will try and do that whilst talking over what is like weird, like mad thunder. I don't know if you can hear that, but like it's blazing heat. It's like too hot, and it's just started to go mad with thunder. Anyway, so we got this scene in the game, which is the HR department, the Human Resources department, and we have Diane here who is using the computer. You will aim to distract her, get rid of her slightly for a bit, so you can use her computer to access a passcode. So what I need to do is basically draw. When you say use computer, you will switch to like a little scene that's the computer screen. Can you hear that thunder? It's absolutely mental. So yeah, I'm not going to make it too complicated, because obviously the more little buttons and stuff I have, the harder it will be to like wire up, and I don't want to go into the weeds of like making a stupid fake like browser and all sorts of nonsense. I think when you play these games a lot of the time, there's just a couple of things to click on computer screens, right? Sometimes it's like clear all the pop-ups and things, and then just get what you need. So I have got a little list somewhere of stuff that I'm going to draw, and then we can just go through it and go from there. I'm going to be using Pixelmator. I've got Affinity Photo and Pixelmator. They're both great, but I've been using Pixelmator for like a decade, and I really understand it, and it's probably a bit less pro than Affinity Photo, but for what I need to do, I figure it's going to be okay. So, and also it has the benefit of, like, you know, I would probably do this on the iPad otherwise, but I think it's better just to share a screen. Yeah, sorry, yeah, thunder is mad. It's also like, it's not even, there's no clouds. I don't really understand what's happening. I think the world is just about to like friction itself to death with heat. Right. You hear that? It's insane. I love it if it did rain though, because it is about 4,000 degrees, especially in my little garden shed. Right, what do computer desktops have? Let's start with a computery colour. That's kind of computery, right? Again, I'm not going to try and like draw a Windows XP style backdrop. I'm going to try and make this as simple as possible for myself, and then try and, you know, maybe come back to it later if I want to, but who knows. Again, I've never actually done a stream before, not a proper one, so I'm sorry if I'm a bit rambly, but it's actually quite nervous, and making me quite nervous doing this, even though there's 11 people, which is more people than I normally speak to on a working day, I can tell you that. But if this goes okay, I figure I might try and do some of these kind of semi-regularly, just to sort of break up the flow of videos. Like, I've already started to slow down on videos a little bit, and I think that doing a video every other week is going to help generally, because we're only going to have certain stuff that, you know, enough to talk about to fill that kind of schedule rather than weekly, and then mix it up between devlogs, maybe streams, features and interviews and stuff like that, to keep it a bit fresh, and also not to just give myself the pressure of trying to invent stuff to talk about the game. But there we go, that's a computer screen, job done, see you later. Right, there's also, so I was thinking about this, and let me know if in the chat if you have an idea, but I kind of, you want to make it look like a computer game, or sorry, like a computer screen, but without having too many things to click on. So like my instinct would be to put like a start button down here, of some description, but then if you click on it, I don't really want to have to make up loads of fake stuff. Thanks, Mark Jones. Keeps working on that. Thank you very much. I always really like to hear that other people are like doing a similar thing. It sort of keeps me going as well. Saturnine, yeah, I will probably. Yeah, I'll change the cursor to be like a computer cursor, because I think that's pretty easy to do. My thing is, I think you'll get to the computer screen, and then like there will be probably 3 or 4 windows. One of them will have what you need to do. It will just be like an email with the passcode on it, but you just need to sort of get rid of the other things first, and they might just be like little funny distractions. I super don't want to make this a big in-depth piece of functionality, this thing, because it's really not. It's just that's not going to be worth anyone's time, and nor do I don't want to get into the weeds of too many hotspots and too much logic, considering this really could be just like a like use computer, and then he goes, okay, I've got the password, I probably don't even need to be doing this, but I figure it'll break things up for a few minutes. Leave the colour but no text, so it looks familiar but not a prompt. Yeah, I think that's a good shout. Just when you sort of like it being indicative of a computer, right? I think that's probably what we'll end up doing. We can maybe have a few like fake tabs as well. That's the one thing about this software, is it seems to love to like think every box is like, you want to, when you make another box, you want it to be on the same layer, and then it just treats it as all one thing, so you need to keep making like separate layers for things. Let me do this. I realise this probably isn't that glamorous, because it's not like drawing a proper NPC or drawing a anything particularly whizzy, but it's a job that needs to be done, and I thought this might be a good thing to do as a first stream. Yeah, very true about Michael, about how much I use Mac, and my thing is to go to Windows. Sorry, Thunder's going nuts still. The reason for that, I think, is because it's all the whole game is set in this really like banal, like boring office, and they would 100% be using like XP, if not like Windows 95. And it harkens back to my like first job, where it was supposed to be I worked for like a magazine, and it was supposed to be in a creative field, and everyone had the horrible little Dell like box desktops with a tiny monitor, and it could barely open Word. Right, sorry, I'm rambling a bit, but that's okay, isn't it? That's kind of the purpose of a stream. Right, so what was on my list? Desktop background, that was quick. Taskbar, that'll do. Okay, I'm going to make a couple of quick icons and then come back and think about what they really ought to be later. It's just started raining, if you're interested, which is fucking great news, because it is just too hot at the moment. Bigger bossing desktop wallpaper. Yeah, the problem with that, so with the Bigger Boss Ink thing, the game is called the Bigger Boss. The title treatment to have like Bigger Boss ink in the word incident, but sort of stand out, and I haven't yet decided on like the font or the sort of how that's going to look. There is Bigger Boss Ink on the desk in reception, but again that might be changed later on. But yeah, we'll maybe cross that bridge later. For now, I think plain blue is classic enough for me. I could sort of go rogue really quickly and go. There you go. That's XP. It's Windows XP. sorted out. Or, you know, do like a... stay with me. I haven't gone mad. Just do something like this. Just to give it maybe some sort of interest other than interesting vibe other than what's currently going on. Maybe I'll leave that for now, or maybe I'll turn the opacity down on that slightly. I don't know. I'm not going to get caught up on that shit because that'll be the death of me. Right, yeah, I'm going to very quickly make a couple of stock icons and then get into trying to. I think the first thing I want to do is like make a fake word type thing. So I'm just catching up on the chat. It's lovely to have chat, by the way. Thanks very much. I've silenced the Discord for now. But yeah, hello everyone. Hello all 11 of you. That's more than I thought was going to be here. And it puts me under a lot of pressure because I sort of struggled to think of what to say. Okay. So, Word is going to be one of these windows, right? So we can quite stylistically do that, I guess, by putting a blue ribbon on top of a white page. And then and maybe, actually, do you know what, what I would actually do is that, duplicate that, and make that slightly grayer. That's what Word looks like, isn't it? If I make this one, oh, it's done that thing again, hang on. Cut you off that layer, make you that layer and make you white. No outline. But then the thing is, with these, do you know what? Forget that. We don't need that to be rounded corners, do we? We want that to be a proper normal, a rectangle. Get the rectangle in there. I mean, have you ever seen a more Microsoft Word looking thing in your life? Already looks like a desktop. I think so. And I mean, what more do you want? What I did do earlier is I made a little, so the character is going to be, this will be up first because she's going to be in her spare time writing like a really bad, like romance novel. So I wrote about 300 words of a really, really awful romance novel earlier. I'll be putting that in a minute. I did think maybe I might have like two versions of this where you can, with an up and down scroll, and then you can just, you know, clicking one will make that disappear and make the other one appear, which can, so you can read more of it. So there's a little bit of interactivity beyond the core thing of what you got to do. Please let me know if how exciting it is watching a man just create lots and lots of rounded squares, because I can imagine it's absolutely thrilling. Oh, why is that? Oh, it's behind everything, that's why. And again, this is the chaos inside my brain where I just don't name things or group things, and everything always just ends up taking me twice as long. Jesus Christ, that Apple News thing there popped up. So the first three words were, or four words were, Jeff Bezos shoots himself, and then it was into space. If that's not clickbait, I don't know what is. Okay, I will do the thing. I will do the up and down scrolly just because I think that's a nice touch. So let me make these nice and chunky because there'll be big sort of hitboxes for the player, or obvious, I should say. Can you hear the music, by the way? I've got the classic Devlog music on, on a massive loop, which might drive you insane, but I figure it's well, A, it's better to stick on brand than anything, and B, I was too lazy to find like a streamy playlist. Right, what do we need? Is there what's the best way to make an arrow? A triangle, of course. Oh, you idiot. Let's try again. Over here, where it's safe to make triangles. And bring you right to the top. This is what I mean by layers, man. I'm just an idiot. Makes everything so much more difficult for myself. I barely remember any like keyboard shortcuts. So if any of you watched the tutorials with Jeremy, I'm not making it up when I say like how much of a stupid computer guy I am. Trying to think if that's on my computer screen, like how that'd be big enough, won't it? He says, talking to himself. It's big enough for me. It's good enough for me. Right, I'm gonna just drop a big X in here. Not that small. I've made this canvas about, it's 4K resolution, by the way, if anyone's interested. What's the most Windowsy looking X? Music is perfect, great. Maybe lull you into a little sleepy time. That's not the right kind of X, is it? Come on, we can do better than that. Impact, no, that's too narrow. When in doubt, Helvetica to the rescue. So make that slightly bigger. Okay, what is like capitals? What does Word look like? Yeah, okay. So there is a bit of stuff at the top, isn't there? All the controls. I wonder if there's a simple way of like implying that without having to draw it all. Put this down here as well. I think if I was really smart as well, I'd come up with some really humorous alternative word for Microsoft Word, but I don't think I am that clever, so let's just not bother for now. Where do you want to go? Oh, there. Rain stopped, if anyone's interested, and the thunder has stopped, and it's just gone back to just being a million degrees. I've got a massive like tower fan here, which I would put on, but I think it would just drown everything out. So I'm just going to keep hydrated instead. 14 viewers now. What a flying start this is. Welcome everybody. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry that it is just a man drawing boxes, but it is what it is. Right. Does anyone have any bright ideas about how to imply all of like this ribbon nonsense without actually drawing all the ribbon nonsense? Because I don't really want to have to. I half wonder if I can just get away with making a bunch of sort of grey boxes. Oh, done it again. One layer. Come on, Adam. Think with your head. Yeah, let's do that. Hello, Van Downs from the Discord group. Welcome to the stream, my man. Or lady, or not man, or not anything. Don't whatever you want, whatever you want. Let's try not to get myself cancelled this early on, shall we? Cool. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, I'll try. You know, I'll try my best to talk as I'm doing stuff. But you know, it was like sometimes hard to concentrate and do two things at once. Especially if you're me, and especially if this is your first ever time doing it. But we'll see how we go. Microsoft Blurb, that's a good shout. Oh, hang on, was it Microsoft? Oh, Macrosoft, yeah. Macrosoft Blurb, I like it. Where does Word? It's up at the top, isn't it? Do you know what? I'm going to go with that. Thanks very much, Ashley. I'm going to steal your idea. Please don't take me to court. If anybody has any insight as to how this will get me sued, let me know. Microsoft Blurb, let's go. What is up with the kerning on this? 10%, done on that. Not kerning, you know what I mean? Spacing. Already I can see I've gone way down a rabbit hole of trying to get the details right here rather than the actual core of what I should be doing. It's just 400 layers that don't have names. How many squares can you make without names? Lost in the details entirely. Right, I think that's cool. I might give this whole thing a bit of shadow. Again, just to obsess over the stuff that doesn't really matter at all. There we go. I might also get rid of this for a while because that's not doing me any favours. Okay, so I might just leave that like that for now, and then I need to make like an alternative version that is the page a bit lower down. I'll put the text in it, and then that's that thing done, I guess. That's too far to the left, which means I now need to go through and correct all my stupid mistakes of having all these things on different layers. Let's make a group. How do we like? Let's backtrack a bit, guys. Come on. Where's my X gone now? Absolute chaos. Okay. What are you? Let's name some stuff. White blob. X or shape 10. Red box. Start grouping some stuff. Let's make a group for this whole page, this whole thing. Word to your mother. That's a dead layer. That's a dead layer. That is up and down. Arrows. Yeah. So the header would stay. So I'm just gonna recreate it where this will have the text on at one position, and then I'll make a complete. Oh, I don't need to do this then, do I? I don't need to make a copy. I can just change the text. What am I doing? Yeah, you're right. Winnie Walker Games. You're right. Just replace the text. I'm gonna make a group anyway because I'll get lost in this Microsoft Blurb nonsense otherwise. Saturnine says you could make the scroll bar between the arrows so it can be lower down on the other screen. Oh, I'll make a rectangle here and a rectangle there, and then just change the text. I will, however, keep doing this grouping stuff because I've already confused myself. These three can be merged, and that is just called ribbon nonsense. In you pop, in you go. That goes in there as well. Arrow boxes. Again, this is the stuff I should be doing at the start, and I know I should be doing at the start, but every single one of my PSDs is exactly the same as this. Blue ribbon, where it's just oodles of layers that some of which don't even need to be there anymore, and they're all just switched off. Oh, you fool! What are you doing? I've messed myself up with my own ordering stuff, haven't I? Blue ribbon, get at the bottom of the group. There we go. What are you? You're grey ribbon. I think ribbon is what they call it in Microsoft terms, isn't it, these days? Shape 9? What are you? You were created in Arrow, weren't you? Paper. And you pop. Layer 4 dead. Layer 3 dead. Don't ask me how. You are the window. And then that's nothing. That's nothing. That's dead as well. That's dead as well. Okay. In theory then. Yeah, great. If you create your text as one big sprite, you should be able to use a sprite mask in the shape of the page and just move the text and the mask will hide it. I think, to be honest, what I'll do, I just need to, I won't have like states of scrolling. I will just have like 2 states basically. So you'll click the down button and you'll go, this bar that I'm creating now will just shift from one position to the other, and I'll just export 2 versions of this PNG. Matt is impressed that I'm going back. Yeah, I mean, I don't normally, to be honest, but it's only because I'm going to have to get rid of this in a minute to make something else. Scroll bar 1. So if I don't, it will cause problems for me later. Actually, maybe that stood out a bit better with a bit of shadow on it. Maybe not quite as much shadow. That's bananas. Okay, scroll bar 1. That's weird. Never noticed that Command D doesn't work on Pixelmator. And where have you gone? Cut you. It's done that thing again where it wants to make it on the same layer, so you have to like sort of put a layer between the two and then delete that layer. Scroll. I'm going to call that scroll bar down actually, and that one's scroll bar up. Yeah, I've only got 2 pages, so I'll just do 2 PNGs, and then you'll click the bottom button. You'll click the bottom button. I don't know why I'm pointing at my physical computer screen. And it will just show, it will hide this version and show the next version, and then vice versa. It's only a little bit of fun, this anyway. I'm arguably wasting a bunch of time, but it is what it is. Although, thinking about it, whilst we're wasting time, I guess the scroll bars should live within a shape themselves, but without any shadow, and maybe with a bit of a lighter. Let's go like that. Yeah, something along those lines. Let's maybe immediately forgotten about the whole thing about naming stuff. Scroll bar window. I don't think I need to make any more computer screens like for later in the game, but I guess if I do this now, it will help. Let's grab you and you and you and yeah, is that everything? Yeah. Ashley says rather than using MS Clippy, you could have MS Clappy, a giant hand. I like that idea. I'm very disinclined to to start animating a little talking dude, to be honest with you. Paperclip or no paperclip. Oh, you wouldn't believe how hot it is in this room. But I'm going to push on. Right, so yeah, I guess the effect will be... So you'll click down, so there'll be text there, you'll click the down arrow and then it will just show that version instead to give the illusion. I'm not a fan of that that shadow. They're not even lined up, why is that? I mean, that's, you know, devil's in the details, I know, but let's not kill ourselves over it. He says, killing himself over it. All over the shop. All over the Photoshop. Okie doke. And because that's there actually and so chunky, I'm just going to move the paper across. I don't know, that's not how it is in real life, but that offends my eyes a little bit too much. Okay. Let me just roll that up. I've got anything else. Okay. Word is done. And as a special treat for the streamers, I will read out the little schlocky romance novel that the woman whose computer this is writing in her spare time for you guys. Forbidden Love in Fort Lauderdale, Chapter 7. Sebastian looked at Maria with lustful intent. His loins burned, like when you eat a pizza too quickly after it arrives and the molten cheese burns the roof of your mouth. And so you drink some water, but it doesn't really help. And then the next day you have that thing where a little bit of the skin in the roof of your mouth peels off. His loins burned like that. Maria, coy as ever, waited in silence for Sebastian to pick her up and throw her onto the bed. But she hoped it wouldn't be too forceful, because the previous summer she had slipped a disc during an overly rigorous game of Go Fish. The chiropractor said she'd be fine in the long run, but that she would generally try and avoid any sudden movements, so being thrown onto beds was probably a bit of a risk. She decided instead that she ought to get onto the bed herself, but she did it so carefully that it appeared to Sebastian as though she was trying to wriggle away from her. And it goes on like that. So, if we have our... I'm just going to lay them both on into the group. Okay. Helvetica will do. Actually, no. Do you know what? It would probably be written in some kind of terrible papyrus, wouldn't it? Well, thanks for saying this. It's entertaining. Forbidden Love in Fort Lauderdale, Chapter 7. I'll pop that in the group in a sec. So yeah, I consciously wrote like enough to fill 2 pages just to give the player, a little bit of a treat. I guess that's halfway. Or maybe we do leave it on I'm going to break it halfway through the sentence so that you know there's more to come. And then just hope that that's sort of a similar amount of... Right, that probably would be in Helvetica. Oh, Times New Roman. Classic. Microsoft Word. What am I thinking? It's Times New Roman, isn't it? Of course it is. That's... too big, but I don't want it too small. You need a few more words off that sentence. Companion novel with the release. I don't know if anybody's ever listened to the podcast. My Dad Wrote a Porno, which is where someone's dad has written this awful erotic novel, and they basically read it out and make fun of it. But I guess they're sort of channeling that vibe, except with a more PG-friendly kind of thing. Have you guys who are making games, have you thought about like the sort of maturity of your audience at all? Because I think I played like Monkey Island and Broken Sword and stuff, and all the games that really influenced me when I was a kid. And they're not, Monkey Island obviously isn't very adult. Broken Sword is a bit murdery, but it's not. There's no real like sex or swearing or anything in it. So yeah, Comic Sans. I think what though, because maybe Comic Sans for the title. Localization, man. So I only speak English, so job one is making. There we go. But that's better, isn't it? Job one is making a game in English. I would love to have it in as many languages as possible. If that's what you mean by localization. Setting wise, it's going to be set in America with hopefully American voiceovers. And there will be a job, therefore, for me to just check that I haven't anglicised all of the spelling. Like the sort of OU instead of O. Oh, there's one there. Look, rigorous. Actually, how is rigorous spelled in the US? That's one of those words. Oh no, that is fine. Rigorous. Yeah, I don't know. I need to just check that spelling wise it's all American. But in terms of like proper game localization, it would be cool to have in as many as possible. I think financially, like the voiceovers will only be in English at point of launch, right? But I've seen plenty of stuff happen amongst this kind of the indie dev community in this space where people are like happy to help out translating bits and bobs. But I'm always keen to like pay people for stuff. I really don't like the idea of people doing stuff for free. So short answer, I don't know. Rigorous. That's right though, isn't it? Rigorous in the US. Anyway, I'm not. Let's move on, guys. I'm not going to spend ages on that. We need to get the other block of text in as well. So I'm going to just duplicate that, sit it over the top, just place it for now. And then where do I get to? His belt. Make a note of these kinds of items, because this will be something simple. Oh, I've got notes everywhere, man, of like what I've done wrong, basically. Right, if I switch that one off. Actually, let's just pop that to the top. Okay, so that second one, just come down. Okay, so yeah, and then let's leave them both on for now. I think I'm going to keep away from swearing, violence, or innuendo as I go, says Mark. More wordplay and puzzles. Yeah, I agree. There's no need. I always think, whilst the occasional swear word obviously can make things on a sentence by sentence level funnier, there's no need to revert to it to be funny. I don't think, or I'd like to think so anyway. It would be nice just to be able to to be consistently funny without having to be all adult and stuff. So I mean, this little thing is a bit risque, but it sort of diverges away from anything actually sexy. So okay, apart from exporting, rigorous is right there, I think. Right, apart from exporting, I'm going to call that one done. So we've got Word with Diane's terrible work in progress novel on it. And an email window. Okay. So this is just going to be an email that basically says something to the effect of like this week's passcode is X, and like what the actual passcode is not really a spoiler for the gameplay because you can't progress until the character knows that. So don't worry about telling you guys that. And that's another thing actually about generally with the devlog. It's quite difficult to know where to draw the line with spoilers, because I want to share as much as I can, but I also am making a game at the end of the day that I want people to play, and I just don't want to spoil the whole thing for everybody who. Bear in mind, the only people who are definitely, well not definitely, but hopefully going to buy the game are the people who watch the devlog. So, okay, let's start zoom in to go on here with names and groups. Ribbon. Let's group you and call you email. I don't know if any of you guys have seen this program before, this Pixelmator, but I don't know if you can see what I mean when I say it's like Photoshop, but it's just a super like simple version of it. It never really gives me any headaches. It can't do, probably a tenth of the stuff that Photoshop can do, but if you're just mocking up some stuff like this, it's more than adequate. I will come back to these, by the way. This is all a bit placeholdery for now. Let's fiddle with it now whilst we're talking about it. Yeah, a bit of chat there about the whole adult not adult thing. The general, obviously there isn't a right or wrong to that at all. And I didn't mean to make out like there was, but just for me, I remember playing these games as a kid. I'd quite like to let kids play it and not. And that, again, in a similar way, none of the puzzles are very complicated in my game, I don't think. Some of them, there's like a couple that might be a bit leaning a little bit towards like Day of the Tentacle style nonsense, but mostly it's more of a story and atmosphere thing than it is a crazy puzzle type thing. Is it being conveyed across the screen quite how insanely like sweaty I am right now? Because is fucking so hot. Sorry, excuse my language. He says, talking about swearing and stuff. Okay. Oh, actually, come back. I'm gonna get this. Copy that. Where's white blob? I'm going to copy that and that. Hi Luke. Good to see you, man. Thanks for dropping by. Love the support. By the way, I don't know if anybody's noticed if you've watched a devlog episode in the last week, but I've now got sort of YouTube partner status, which is basically just going to make the devlog much worse for everybody now because there's adverts on it, and I think I tick the box for all of the adverts. So yeah, sorry about that, but it's making me a cool $1 a day, or almost $1 a day. So That'll keep me in beers and stuff as we progress. I ought to do a little update at some point as well about general like freelance stuff off the back of the whole job quitting thing. Just because things have changed a little bit, but in a really good way, where I was super naively being like, yeah, I'll do a little bit of freelance on like a Wednesday afternoon, but obviously that's not how freelance works. And it's actually turned out that I've got a couple of like sort of regular things now, which are plenty enough to kind of keep the lights on and stop the panic of this year running out. So I think this year of me doing this kind of thing will hopefully run on and on. That is the update. I guess I probably don't need to do it as a video now. But yeah, so things are great at the minute on that front. What's a sort of Outlook equivalent of blurb? Not in look, that's really lazy. Spam look. No. So I'm really not feeling like creative in a funny way because of the heat. So I'm going to go with in look for now. And I will take whatever is the best suggestion in the chat if someone's got one, because that's the level we're operating at right now. It's just basic plagiarism. Okay. More boxes. Yeah, more boxes. Give me them boxes. Make that white. And I haven't written this email, so you're going to be watching. Actually, I probably do need to be a bit creative on the fly. Mail me. Mail me, yeah. Although that's a bit. Isn't Apple's thing like mail me? Thanks, Rough Sleeper. Good to know that things are being, videos are helpful. And cheers, that's a 9 for the props, man. Yeah, it's going alright. Life's okay. The panic is off, let's put it that way. But that also means the Patreon is pushed into the distance because I can't be bothered to set that up. Nor do I particularly feel good charging people for nothing. Right. Hi, Diane. So basically, this is an email from a colleague who isn't in the room, saying something about the. It's like they've installed like a card machine, security cards for the elevators, basically. Thanks, guys. Sorry, I know it's boring when I sort of just stare off into the distance, but I'm just reading the comments. And downing water to try not to die. Hi, Diane. Let's bump the fonts up before I try and commit to write anything. Cheers, guys. Okay. Hi, Diane. As per my previous email, help if I can see what I was doing. Come on, come with me, text box. What are we doing? Right. As per my previous email, and an email before that, and the one before that. We need someone to set up the new security passes for the elevators. It's so weird for me to say elevators. It's a lift. And again, I need to bump that down. I like to like that. New security passes for the elevators. Oh my god, that scared the hell out of me. My Siri thing in the in this room just spoke. That really scared me. News curiosities for the elevators above floor 5. Yeah, that's nice. Don't like a widow or an orphan, as they call it. That's I put the passes in the filing cabinet in the lobby. I put the passes in the filing cabinet in the lobby. But they need to be registered on the system with the following activation code, which is all a bunch of nonsense, I know, but it's MacGuffin time to just get you to do some stuff around the game. Busy work. I won't. I don't want to have to send you this for the 4th time. I don't know what I'm saying. This is like, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's a very good question. What sort of tone are you going for this email? So with that novel thing, it was funny, and I wrote it this morning. You know, purposefully took some time on it. Now I'm just writing this in the heat of the moment. It's just nothing, isn't it? It's just a normal email. But then it doesn't really need. I mean, maybe the joke, maybe the core joke can be that novel, and this can just be like, get what you need. Because the idea will be you'll get there, get onto this screen, and all the windows will be open. You have to close them before you get to this one, which I know is like a trope in these and things, but. So maybe this is enough. I don't like that 5 is sitting on its own there, because I used to work in a magazine, and we don't like having things hanging off lines by themselves. Which means we're going to have to play around with the font, because I don't. Maybe that's okay. Hi Dan, as per my previous email, and the email before that, and the one before that, we need someone to set up the new security passes for the elevators above floor 5. I've put the passes in the filing cabinet in the lobby, but they need to be registered on the system with the following activation code. Busy work. Thanks, Jay. Do you know what? For now, that's fine. I probably won't export these today, and that will give me time to go back and just tweak words. I just want to get the main bulk of this done. Such as it is. Actually, do you know what? As a little break from this, why don't I just show you what's going on in this scene? How do I mute on play before I press play? Or do I have to do it afterwards? Because it's going to play the music and stuff, which might be a bit weird. Don't worry about it. Ooh, haven't tested this in a few days. God, it's really taking its sweet time. Didn't normally take this long. Unity. Here we go. Where is it? Let's mute that. So this is the room. Yeah, I thought you could do. I thought you could mute before you press play, but you can't, can you? This is the room. This is Diane. She's typing away. So this here is kind of this computer screen here is like placeholder stuff for now. I'll replace it with something that looks a bit like, you know, what she's actually doing. So she's doing a little type in. She's stretching away, and then you can. Let's see if she wants this coffee here. That's super weird. Yeah, there was an animation there that's where she like spins round that she didn't play. Let's see if she does it when I do this. Yeah, the woman in the skirt, right, I'm going to change her tights colour. She's wearing tights. I know it's a short skirt, but she's wearing tights and there's no weird innuendo stuff because that's not what I'm about. So I'll change it. But what is interesting is that she is meant to play like a spinning round animation. There you go. Why didn't she do that the first 2 times? Does Unity ever do that for you, where you just like it just doesn't play an animation for some reason? For those unsure, yeah, there was some controversy when I showed this lady. Oh, okay, there's lag. All right, let me stop it then. And in fact, let me. Okay, sorry. Lag. Let's get rid of Unity altogether because I suspect that's just sitting there clogging up loads of space on the old RAM. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but for me that's probably good enough for that email thing. I guess I could draw. What did I do in here? Okay, that wants to be above that as well, actually. I could draw some of this stuff, maybe some of the ribbon nonsense, as I called it. Let's see what happens. If I was to put that in, maybe I'll do that. Just to keep things a bit consistent, but not. Like that, maybe. Okay. Sorry. Right. Okay. Sorry about all the. If that completely just screwed everything up. Is the stream back to normal now that I've closed Unity? Can somebody let me know if it's okay? Because that it took way too long to like. It took way too long to open the game. It normally takes about 5 seconds. It took about 30. I don't know why. Do you need a bigger boss logo at the bottom? Yeah, but again, I'm gonna maybe I need to wait. I need to get the actual logo font sorted for the title of the game, and then I'll lean on that maybe. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I want you. Right. Let's make this a little bit smaller, and then we can move on. Not that small, not that big. That's just right. Okay, cool. Yeah, little blip there when Unity decided to destroy everyone's fun. Probably not helped by the fact that, as I've mentioned, it is pretty bloody warm. Right. I've been on for over an hour, which has gone quite quick. I'm gonna email client. Okay, back to normal. Cool. Great times. Absolutely destroyed the stream on my first stream, but it seems okay now. Right. Email client. Oh, that's logo. Sorry. Email passcode on. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put a little sticky note on the desktop thing, or a note. Uncheck loop time, which might massively confuse gamers, but it's like the world's weirdest in-joke for the Discord server, or specifically the Unity Discord, the Discord channel, because it's Wosie's like doctrine, or his like mantra is uncheck loop time. And I think, for what it's worth, that I can duplicate this email thing. Thank you, Stelios. And Rough Sleep says, how am I finding Unity? Yeah, it's super comfy actually. I mean, Unity in itself is a bit of a confusing thing, but Adventure Creator is just ridiculous. Like, you've got to be like a next level genius to have made that bit of software, as Chris, the guy who made it, must be, because it's a bit of software that lets someone like me make a game, and I haven't had to write any code or anything. Right. So notes, we can do this. I've copied that. What colour is like notes is sort of like quite dull on most things, isn't it? Oh, actually no. Outlook. What's it called? OneNote is purple, isn't it? Microsoft. OneNote is the thing. Again, the well of creative inspiration is running very dry today because of the heat. Microsoft. Your brain's just gone completely like dead. All I can think of is no note, but that's just stupid, isn't it? One note. What's like a play on words of OneNote? Microsoft. Solo John or something like that. Which is when I find out that that's a really that word will be some sort of horrible swear word in a different language, and I won't know about it. Anyway, right, let's not constrain proportions. Oh, maybe I have to. Oh, because I'm doing a whole group. Well, that's alright. Let's just make it like that, sort of big. No, we don't want to do that. Cancel, because the ribbon doesn't need to get bigger every time, does it? Turn that on, turn that off. Yeah. The ribbon's too big. Oh, what have you done, you idiot? Cool, right. What I'm going to do in that case then is, yes, that's fine. And then we go notes and everything that isn't this and this and this. So these guys can be their own little group sitting atop everything else, and all of this stuff can get, I think what, all of this stuff can be another group. That can get bigger. Okay, and then this stuff can get shunted across. See, that's problem solving for you. Making some boxes bigger while other boxes don't get bigger. Okay. I'm gonna... What I'd quite like is a sort of, you know, OneNote sometimes has like ruled like grids and stuff on the paper. Is that overkill? Almost certainly. Sorry, I was just reading a text, which I know is not very stream appropriate. What is this? This is ribbon. See, if I'd have done this at the start, if I'd have made a ribbon group, I could have been away with different windows. And this is other stuff. Cool. Okay. Yeah, so they'll all be on top of each other, and you'll close each one to get away from it. And I think with like these icons, I guess I can just have 3. Willy Wonka, change the background colour to yellow. Oh yeah, like a sort of skeuomorphic note thing. Yeah, brilliant idea. Wonderful stuff. Okay. That doesn't solve the problem that I had no idea what I was going to put in this note. Oh yeah, I was going to write uncheck loop time. Although that's, again, that can't be that big, can it? I don't know if anybody, it's a very British thing, but if anyone's familiar with the comedian Adam Buxton, or comedian and podcaster Adam Buxton, he does this live show called Bug, where it's a very like computer-based show where he's got his computer up on the screen, and he'll always start by opening up his Finder, and he's just got like a real list of like comedy folders, like that I won't try and remember now, but they're all just like, it's like a sight gag where you just have to read each one is like really funny. Notes to self. Oh, maybe I'll just call this to do. Make up some nonsense. General HR stuff. Finish chapter 7. Brackets. Astronaut lover subplot? Question mark. Find new source of caffeine, which is that's a thing to do with the puzzle, so let's not elaborate too much on that. Buy milk, because always. Check out those fine leather jackets, and maybe uncheck loop time, which was the thing I wanted to include in the first place. I do think that this font should be something else, probably. Maybe we just switch back to the classic. Helvetica never lets you down, does it? If I can find it. Actually said Microsoft PowerPoint equals Microsoft strong gesture. I like it. Yeah, Weenie, you must have aircon, mate. My mind has gone to mush. I stayed at a hotel over the weekend, and it had aircon, and it was glorious, man. I just put the temperature down to like refrigerator levels, and didn't move. Okay, I'm fairly happy with that. So we've got our notes, we've got our email, which is the thing that we need. Unless the unchecked loop time is written on a post-it in the corner. Yeah, I thought that, but the thing about unchecked loop time is it is a very specific in-joke for the Discord server, and I just worry that like the average gamer is going to look at that and think it's like a clue to a puzzle. So I just want to make it not that conspicuous. You know, it's just on this list. Right, so yeah, we've got our notes, we've got our email, we've got Microsoft Word with our 2 variants. The next day, Sebastian ordered them room service, and the toaster was burned. Maria wondered if the hotel had a normal toaster, or one of those things where you drop the bread into it and it travels along a conveyor belt until it slides out on the other side. Either way, this toast had been exposed to too much heat, which she thought was an apt metaphor for her trip to Fort Lauderdale in general. Sebastian kissed her on the lips, and he tasted like burnt toast. Okay, let's get rid of these things for now, and let's tidy up everything else slightly. So, I wonder if I know we discussed earlier. I say we discussed. I'm literally just a madman in his flat, in his house, by himself. Leaving this blank so that it insinuates something rather than being something. But I wonder if it should have a symbol or a word on it. Or is that going to invite clicking that will not lead to anything? Maybe I might just emboss like bevel it loads. Inner shadow. That does that, I think. So if I make that like a lighter blue. That looks absolutely weird now, doesn't it? No, that's okay. That's alright. Make this guy a little bit taller. Give this a bit of a breathing room. And then we can just name these guys, I guess. Don't want you to be bold. We want you to be regular, and we want to call you Blurb. That was what it was, wasn't it? Blurb. Let's call him Max Blurb. Cannot wait for my cease and desist letter from Microsoft. Solo Jart. And come on, what did I call the other one? In look. That's a poor joke. That's not even a joke, is it? That's, or neither. No, that's just a thing. But hey, that's maybe we want to have a little. Just to add to the squares upon squares. Maybe we do want like a little colour box for each one. Like that. Again, getting lost in the details. And I'm aware that you might not be able to see the screen very well. Really, that should be the Solo Jot one, shouldn't it? Colour wise. Okay. Yeah, something like that. And then I can make these icons a similar colory type thing. Oh no, not that guy, that guy. Give me that guy. Oh god. Yeah, you come with me. Actually, jump out of there. Get in your own layer. What colour was the email one? That colour. Okay, so we're gonna grab that and that again and do that. In fact, let's properly match these up rather than just trying to guess. Hey Slack Studio, this is indeed the very first stream. Welcome, man. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's not going terribly, so welcome to the party. Although I don't know how much longer I'm going to go on for today. Firstly, because I've almost finished what I need to do for today, and secondly, because it is 2,000 degrees in my shed today. Unfortunately means if I stay in here, I will not be long for this world. Okay, we're getting somewhere though. I'm sure you'll agree. I'm doing that very much by eye because no one beyond me will care about that. Okay, so we're just going to make that the colour of the word ribbon that I chose incredibly arbitrarily earlier on. I know that ribbon's bigger, but it is. Well, no, it isn't. Oh, we'll leave that as it is. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. At this point, you're not in a hot tub. Thanks, Scott. Maybe. Send that in the chat rather than directly to me as a text message. You try and jump the queue. Okay, what am I doing? That's really throwing me off my game. Okie dokie. I'm going to give this guy a bit of inner shadow as well. Not that much, like that maybe. Yeah, I mean, it's looking a bit like a computer to me. I don't know about you guys. Maybe it does want a symbol. What kind of symbol? What have they got any custom? Like a star, like a plus. Let's try and make a plus. What's going on there? Oh no. Oh no, guys. We've got a crash. It's not loving life right now. It's telling me to force quit, I think. Well, it's insane. Okay, so I think it's caught up. No, it hasn't. It's doing stuff really, really, really slowly. I haven't pressed Command S in like basically since we started. Everything. Whoa. Okay. We're alive though. Man, that was absolutely terrifying. Is everybody still here, or did that all just crumble to bits because my computer just broke itself? It's okay. We're back up. I don't know if you guys are a little bit of that was a little bit of drama for the first stream. The drama I could most certainly do without, to be honest, but drama nonetheless. Whew. Are you guys still there, or did that crash everything? Somebody let me know, because it wouldn't surprise me if that just put a kibosh on the whole thing. Because we do have an awful lot of little boxes now. And it is struggling. So, in that case, I'm just going to colour these. Not like that. Write the initial of the app on each one, and I think call it a day. Okay, I'm getting reports that things were frozen for a while but coming back. Major drama when I thought everything had crashed. I think we're just about okay. I think all of my coloured boxes are causing my computer too many issues. So the good news is sort of done on this for today, I think. I'm just gonna drop some letters on this. Bet you're extra hot now, says Saturnine. Yeah, I am. That was panic inducing to the maximum. Could do without that, to be honest. How big can that be? 80, 90, maybe 90. Yeah, I've saved. I'm saving now. That's so unlike me as well. I normally save all of the time, like Command S all the time. I don't think I've ever been as scared of that as that in my life. And then this one was called Inlook, I think. SBI. Is that weird? It's what it looks like. There's a bank in the UK called TSB, and that is eerily similar to what their logo looks like. But I won't worry about that too much. What we'll do is do that inner shadow business with these guys. And this will be crashing the computer for sure. Oh, that's why. Sorry, I was doing it on the wrong layers. That, and that. Inner shadow. Okay. No, it would have been a hilarious ending to the stream if everything I'd just done was deleted. I mean, it probably would have put me off streaming for the rest of my life, to be honest. Okay. And then the last question is, do I want that to come back? I'll keep that on. Yeah. Okay. Cheers, Rough Sleeper. Thank you, mate.